guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited to be here as part of the collaboration that the lovely Rach over at RachandBella Crafts has put together. So Rachel over at RachandBella Crafts, she has put together the A to Z of Christmas crafts collaboration for the junk journalers. And obviously there's a whole bunch of lovely ladies who are all taking part in the collaboration. So first of all, thank you so much to Rachel for putting it together. Again, you know, and I've said this before, when you've arranged the collabs, it must be such a lot of hard work. So I really appreciate all the efforts that you go to, and I really appreciate you including me. That's just, you know, really kind for the invitation. So thank you so much. So it is A to Z. So obviously, you know, 26 letters of the alphabet. I have to say, I haven't really looked to check who's got some of the more hideous letters. But I mean, I did laugh when she first invited me and said, oh gosh, I hope I don't get. And there was, you know, several letters that I definitely did not want to get. So I got E, which, I mean, it's got to be said, actually, I didn't think E was that brilliant either. But hey, it's the luck of the draw. And hey, better than Q, I'm sure, or, you know, any of those kinds of words. So, you know, it wasn't too bad, but yeah, you know, I think it's tricky when you're doing the alphabet generally. So anyway, what we have here is E, and I obviously have struggled to come up with something E. So what I came up with in the end was elves. Now, I then have struggled because, unfortunately, if you watch my channel at all, you'll know that I have been waiting for my ink to arrive. Still have no ink. So that's the first apology. I'm so sorry for anybody who watches my channel. And if you've been looking forward to the rest of the Halloween, you know, project, I realise that we are way past Halloween now. I still have no ink, I'm afraid. So I still can't complete that project. So yeah, I can only really apologise. I've obviously been on the phone to HP several times. It's not really getting me anywhere. Anyway, so I digress. Anyway, so that leads me on to elves. I did not have really any elf-like things in my stash, would you believe? So I had a look through, and I've got some, obviously, you know, some books with elfy type images. So I've got this one here. I mean, I'm not really too sure whether I would think these are, well, they are little elves, look, because it says it here. So I've got some elves here, you know, which are potential things. I've got obviously these elves here. These are from that lovely gnomes book, which I once watched Patricia Varimontes do, you know, some gnome embellishments and gnome ephemera, which she made such an amazing job. And yeah, I'd kind of hunted that book down. It was quite expensive at the time. It's this book here. Let me just share it with you guys. It's called Gnomes, and I managed to get it for £3.43, would you believe, which was brilliant because, yeah, I've seen this book online and it's normally a lot more than that. But it's got all these gorgeous little gnome images. Now, I realise that a gnome is not an elf. I'm not trying to kid myself that it is an elf. But obviously, because I didn't have the ability to print or anything like that, I couldn't kind of source pictures online or anything. Yeah, so I kind of just drew a blank, really. So I'm going to have to just go with, you know, with what I have. So here, for instance, naughty gnome. Yes, he is a gnome, but he looks like an elf, doesn't he? So I'm going to just see how I get on with some of these images, and we will just, you know, we'll just kind of have a look. These images actually are from the Enid Blyton Treasury of Verse, which obviously I have shared this book before, and I think I even gave one of these away actually in a giveaway. So yeah, those are the two books that I have used to, you know, somehow try and come up with some sort of gnome images. Right, let me put those things down. I then obviously was stuck for Christmas papers because, of course, I've got no ink, so I couldn't print off any of my kind of Christmas kits or anything like that. So what I've done, I have bought in some older scrapbook papers that I had laying around. So I've got these scrapbook papers here. I also have this one, which I thought was pretty lovely and, you know, obviously red and white spotty, kind of, you know, resembling Christmas. So we will just see how we get on. Like I say, I mean, I don't know quite how these are going to come along, but we will see. And then I've got some of my green labels, which I had already printed out sort of previously. And I just thought, well, being as we're going, you know, red and green Christmas kind of themed, these may come in handy. I don't know quite, like I say, what my project's going to be yet, but, you know, I thought, well, some of these might be might be quite good. So I'm just going to cut a couple of these out, probably wanting the larger ones, I'm thinking. So yeah, let's just cut those down. Now the other thing that I thought that I would have really liked to have done was make a printable of some Christmas sentiments. So I have started doing that. Again, couldn't really kind of print it properly. Now my printer at the moment, I have received some of the ink, but not the black, which the black is the ink that I'm really, really, really in need of. So what I've done, I've managed to print out, this is a draft of some of my Christmas kind of sentiments. Obviously, this is not going to be the finished article. I need to work on it a bit more. I need to kind of tidy it up and, yeah, get it how I like it. But I've just made a start here. So I've got some Christmas sentiments, which I may or may not use, you know, depending on how, you know, how the project comes along and what we actually make. But yeah, I thought, well, let's just kind of see what we have. So let's just cut out a few of these. Okay. So fantastic, fun collaboration. I mean, to be honest, I can't believe we're even talking about Christmas. Again, I have been working on a new Christmas kit, but until I can print it out, I don't know what it actually looks like in the printed form. So, I mean, it looks pretty on screen, but sometimes things can look gorgeous on screen, and then when you print them, you know, they're actually disappointing or, you know, don't look quite how you have hoped. So, you know, we will just kind of have to see, basically, you know, when I finally get my ink and can print. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take this little elf picture. Like I say, he is actually a gnome, but to be honest, to me, he looks a bit more like an elf. I mean, I think the main difference is our elves normally have the pointy ears and the pointy shoes. So although they've called this a gnome, I feel like he fits the definition of elf better. So just going to cut him out. Now, obviously, he's a little bit fiddly to cut out, but we will see how we get on with him. Okay. Right. There we go. Now, he's painting something. So, obviously, he's painting something on a toadstool on here. But to be fair, I mean, he could easily be painting some, you know, toys in the workshop or, you know, something like that. So, you know, I think he's going to work okay. Now, whether or not I incorporate the paintbrush, I suppose I should, because otherwise his hand's just going to be, like, looking really odd, isn't it? So, yeah, let's cut out the paintbrush as well. Okay. Oh, sorry, losing the ability to cut out now. Okay. Right. Oh my goodness. Very, very, very fiddly. Okay. Right. Oh, he's not painting even, he's gluing. Because the paint pot says glue. But hey, he could be gluing toys, couldn't he? So, yeah. Okay, let's just pop him like that. Oh, he's really fiddly to cut out. I mean, I guess being an elf, he's going to be quite fiddly, isn't he? He wasn't really likely to be not fiddly. So, yeah, I mean, he's got those pointy kind of shoes like elves wear, I think. I mean, they're maybe not quite up at the front, as I would define elf shoes to be, but, you know, not unlike elf shoes, are they? Okay, let's just... Okay, right, there we go. So, that's our elf cut out. Now, how does he look on the frame? Too bad. Okay, now this gnome book, it also has got lots of beautiful script. So right, just sipping my tea. Yeah, lots of nice script in this. Just have a look. Take this. yeah, it's lovely script, isn't it, on the book. So let's just make a couple of kind of nice pockets or something, shall we? And yeah, I'm now thinking, actually, why am I making pockets? Maybe tags might be nicer. Let me just drink my tea. Okay, right. He's not the most attractive looking elf, it's got to be said. I think perhaps the gnomes from the gnome books are sort of slightly cuter than he is. Oh dear. Yeah, I think the other ones are slightly cuter than he is. But hey, he's not too bad, is he? So, right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut out, you know, what can then be a pocket. Now, I might do a tall pocket. So if I just cut this out like this. Okay. And then just fold in my edges. So, you know, just pockets that, you know, we've done lots of times before. Okay. Like that. So it's a nice tall pocket there, and we'll just do the bottom fold there, like that. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to cut my sides down slightly because they're quite big at the moment. See, that's just what comes of not measuring. I'll just miter my corners. I'll just cut this side in as well now a bit. Okay, right. So let's have a look and see how he looks now. Okay, and then we can obviously have this gorgeous script. Like I say, I mean, it's really nice, isn't it? And then the label. These are just the labels from my green buildings, historical buildings kit. But I thought, well, to me, red and green always says Christmas. So to just kind of incorporate the green for the Christmas kind of theme, you know, it just goes brilliantly, doesn't it? So, yeah, that's why I thought, let's just include that. Okay, so that looks really cute, doesn't it? Now we could maybe have some doily on there. Let's just have a look. Yeah, I mean, the doily looks quite pretty, doesn't it? And then I've also got some of this pom-pom trim, which to me I just think looks quite Christmassy. It's in ivory. So the ivory to me looks, you know, looks quite Christmassy anyway. But yeah, I think that looks quite nice. Now, I've also got this, obviously, this multicoloured green stripy. So I'm just wondering whether we might want to include that somewhere. We'll just have a look. Should really glue a couple of things down, shouldn't I, so it stops moving. Okay, so I might just tear out a little section of this. I'll just tear it down like that. Okay. Okie dokie. Like that. Right. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of put this on here. Now I did also bring some glitter along. It's got to be said, probably not going to glitter this, I think, actually. I thought the glitter might have looked good, but to be honest, yeah, it's probably not really going to go particularly well. I mean, glitter, I just think, well, you can get away with lots of glitter at Christmas, can't you? But yeah, I don't think it really needs glitter, so let's just pop this down. Okay. I know that when Patricia did hers with the gnomes, so I mean, obviously she wasn't using this, you know, this elf, he's from the other book, but when she used her gnome pictures, I mean, she just made them look so brilliant. they had the typical, you know, Patricia kind of very vintagey look. She's so clever. I'm not sure whether I can carry that off or not, to be honest. Should we try? So I'm going to just distress ink this. Who knows? Might just look really weird. But yeah, it would be fun if I could, you know, vintage it up, wouldn't it? But I'm not sure whether I can incorporate like gnomes and vintage. To me, that sounds like a strange combination. Well, I mean, I'm trying to do elves, even though he's called a gnome, but yeah, it sounds like a strange combination, elves and vintage. But she managed to carry it off, and you know, all credit to her. She's just very, very, very talented, I think. You know, managing to do that, but we'll see whether we can do anything similar. Okay. So, I mean, he looks quite fun, doesn't he? And then let's just put some of this gorgeous scripty paper down. Okay. Like that. Right, now just take my sentiments that I've been working on, and like I say, I do apologise, these are obviously not in my shop because of course I can't really print them properly, but yeah, hopefully they you know, once I can work on them properly and actually get them, you know, get them finished, then I will hopefully have some Christmas sentiments in my shop. So, you know, and they would hopefully then be able to be used with all of your Christmas crafts, you know, whether it be making cards, stuff for craft fairs or gifts or tags or, you know, anything at all really. You know, and hopefully I'll do them in a variety of colours and sizes so that you will have something to go with, you know, a whole bunch of different things. You know, so yeah, I will let you know once I've done them. Right, now do we want the doily on here? Oh, I'm so sorry. No, that's my phone. Hang on a second. Sorry about this. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. That was my dad. So yeah, just had to quickly take that. Right. Okay. So yeah, I can't remember what I was actually rambling on about, but no doubt it was still rambling on about these words. So yes, when I obviously, you know, do finally get my ink, I will obviously complete, you know, complete creating the word kit, or the, you know, the Christmas sentiments kit. So let's have a look. I mean, he looks quite good, doesn't he? Reasonably festive, I think. Like I say, I did have some glitter. I'm not sure now whether to actually incorporate the glitter. It's very annoying that, again, I couldn't print out any bits from any of my Christmas kits previously or anything else Christmassy. You know, so therefore I'm sort of slightly limited with regards to, you know, my supplies that I've got available to me. So yeah, I'm just kind of having to use what I've got actually kind of already. But I have got this silver bling, which I thought, well, the silver might look quite nice with this. So let's just cut that and just see. Yeah, I mean, the silver's quite pretty, isn't it? Let me just check whether I might prefer the lace maybe at the bottom. Oh, maybe like that. Okay, right, let me get the label just glued down. I think what I'll do is next we'll make something with one of the gnomes from the gnome book, and see how that looks. Okay. So we'll just pop this sentiment down. Oh, it's very chilly today, it's got to be said. So yeah, not the nicest. Okay, let's put that on down there. Okay. Right, so yeah, I'm thinking put the green lace down there, which does look very pretty, doesn't it? So let's just pop that down. Should have bought my Fabri-Tac, but yep, I've put it in my bag, you know, when I was going to my mum's. So yep, I don't want to have to open another one yet. So I should just glue that on like that. Now, going to glue him here. I want to have the sentiments showing, so I'm just going to kind of put him there, sort of over near, well, I mean, he is over the sentiment, but, you know, hopefully the whole word, or the whole, you know, the whole deck the halls sentiment bit is showing. So let's just glue this down. Okay. Like that. Okay. Oops, I moved the lace. So let me just pop some hot glue down to give it a helping hand to stick down. So yeah, okay. Like that. Right, okay. So I've just ruffled that lace slightly. Now I've also got these gorgeous flowers. I'm not sure how Christmassy they are. I mean, obviously they're not really Christmassy. I don't know why, but for me, I kind of feel a bit like, you know, flowers like this with Christmassy stuff. I'm not sure it's quite Christmassy enough. But anyway, let's see. Now, do we want to have the bobble trim up there, flower down there, and then the bling across there? Or do we want to have more bobble trim down here? Well, not more, but you know, the bobble trim down there. We could even have the bling down there, so it's all kind of clustered down the bottom. Maybe even have the flower up there. Maybe even have a line of flowers. I don't know how that would look. Maybe not that. Oh, let's have the pom-pom trim at the top, shall we? Yeah, okay. Like that. Okay. Right. Okay. Just trim that down that side. And on that side there. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Now, I've also got some red bows. Now, I do always think a red bow is quite festive, so let's just see how that would look. I wonder if we could have another sentiment. That one says deck the halls. And like I say, I am probably going to have to, you know, work on these. They're not a done thing. They're not finished yet. But let's just see. I mean, these ones, as you can see, they've not really come out at all on the printer. So yeah, it's just very annoying because obviously I thought, well, I'm going to try printing it because some things will print where it doesn't really need a black, you know, any black ink. So I did get away with, obviously, you know, managing to print a little bit of detail. But yeah, not brilliant. Okay. Let's just try that. Just again, going to just ink that around the edges. Okay. I do feel like it needs a bit of sparkle, you know, being Christmassy. I feel like it's sort of crying out for something sparkly. Now, again, this is not brilliant because I'm using my hot glue now to glue down flimsy paper, which I never find really works brilliantly. So, yeah, we're just fingers crossed that that's going to look okay. It's not too bad. Okay. And then do we want some bling here beneath? Oh, quite like the bow up there. So yeah, just going to finish it off with that bow at the top. Okay, like that. Okay. Right, and then we just put the bling down there. I do feel like it needs a little bit of glitter. I'm not sure. It might just be where I haven't really done a Christmas project, you know, since last year, that I'm just not really feeling Christmassy yet. So I'm struggling to obviously, you know, make it look Christmassy or feel Christmassy. Definitely struggling. Well, let's just go for this. So, yeah. Oops. Okie dokie. Right. Have the bling, have the flower, have all of that stuff on there. So that is a piece number one. Okay, right. Took a long time, didn't it? So let's try and use one of the other elf pictures now. Well, they're not elves, like I said, they're actually gnomes, but you know, they look elfish, don't they? You know, they're not too bad, are they? I mean, this one I absolutely love. To be honest, to me, he looks a bit Santa-ish. So yeah, I mean, I actually think, oh, he actually looks quite like Santa. Right, let's move this to the side. So for this one, let's bring in this as the base again. It's quite a tall piece. Right, let's just have a look and see. I wonder if we could do, let's just see what this would look like. If I make a tall pocket. So I'm just going to cut him out. So I'll just quickly cut around like that. Just make it smaller to actually get to. And then cut him out. So, oh, again, he's going to be super fiddly to cut out. So, yeah, going to just cut him as best I can. Right. I think that's the other difference, is gnomes do not have those pointy ears. He's got, like, big round ears. Do you know what? I'm going to just try and point them. Yeah. Okay, well, it did kind of point. So, you know, to me, that's another difference, is gnomes have round ears, elves have pointy ones. I don't know, truthfully, I don't know whether that is actually a thing, but that's how I think, is that the gnomes have the pointy, the rounded ears, the elves have the pointy ears, and then the pointy shoes. What other things do elves have? Pointy shoes, pointy ears. That's probably kind of, for me, I feel like that's all that I can think of as their distinguishing features. Gnomes are kind of more rounded and chubby and, you know, not cuter exactly, but, you know, they're more, yeah, just rounded and chubby, I think. Where elves are sort of a little bit more, I don't know, pointy and, yeah, not chubby. So, yeah, anyway, hopefully this will look okay, and we're going to just make it look a little bit Christmassy and a bit like an elf. So, and because, you know, to me, he does look a little bit like Santa. So now he's going to be cross between, obviously, an elf, a gnome, and Santa himself. So we've got a whole bag, the whole bag of things going on there, a whole mix. Santa, gnome, elf, you know, just a bit of everything. So yeah, very strange, but hopefully he can carry it off. So Yeah. Let's just take that down. Okay. Right. Okay, how cute does he look? He's very lovely, isn't he? Very, very cute. Right, so what I'm thinking is if we kind of stitch these together or stick them together to make a tall pocket. Yeah. Actually, do I want to do that? Or perhaps I could just take this and fold it in and have a little fold out. Shall we do that instead? So let's just take this. Now, obviously, this has not been coffee dyed or anything, so it is white on the inside, but, you know, we could always coffee dye it afterwards or just ink it up. It's fine. So let's just take that. Okay. Right, I've dabbed it on my ink pad already, so yeah, not a great start. Okay. Yeah, just move that like that. And then this one. Just pop over there. Okay, so yeah, that's quite cute, isn't it? So I'm just going to trim it down here on this side. Okay, trim it across the top. Okay. Right. Okay. Oh, he is so cute, isn't he? I just really love how he looks. He's very, very sweet. Right, shall we use another label? I did cut out two, didn't I? And now I can't see it anywhere. Oh, I can't now see the other label that I cut out. So let me just... I mean, he might not really even need a label, to be honest, but just kind of thinking they're quite nice for making things stand out and, you know, really kind of show up. So let's just take that. Okay, and just cut that down here. Okay. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah, he's so cute. Right, and what else do we want with him? So on the other one, we used a bit of the script, which I do love. So yeah, let's just take a bit more of the script because that is lovely script. I'm just wondering whether I might just even cut that little toy. It's like a little toy rabbit that we might be able to pop down there somewhere. I mean, it's all just a bit of a trial and error, you know, because this is sort of out of my comfort zone, really. This type of theme. Right, shall we see if we can have a bit more of that green, the green and red, to look a bit more Christmassy. Let's just see. Or we could have that. Just check where it looks best. Where we're actually going to see sort of quite a bit of it even. So maybe that. And then, yeah, just wondering whether I could get away with cutting out this. Oh, I'm going to make an awful job of this, I can just tell. Because it's quite a tiny piece, but anyway, let's give it a go. So it just looks like one of those little wooden pull-along toys in the shape of a rabbit. So I'm kind of just thinking he could maybe, you know, the rabbit could maybe just go at the bottom, kind of like at his feet. I don't know. Don't know whether it will work, but we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. Right, let's just cut that out. Yeah, I don't think I'm really in the Christmas zone yet. I mean, like I say, I have been working on my new Christmas kit, but definitely not really in the Christmas Christmas zone yet. So, yeah, I don't think that's really helping. But, I mean, I know, you know, Christmas actually isn't that long away, but it's just hard to focus on Christmas, isn't it, sometimes? You know, when you feel like it's not quite there yet. Like, really? It's not Christmas yet, surely. So, yeah, struggling to feel any form of Christmas type cheer. Right, okay, oh gosh, come on. Okay. Oh, now let me just unclog my glue yet again. Oh, where's my pin gone? Here we go. Okie dokie. Such a bright sunny day now. Honestly, I mean, it was freezing this morning, it's got to be said. When I went to the gym, it was very, very, very chilly. I think it was 9 degrees. Yeah, so it felt really quite cold. But hey, you know, I mean, it's that time of year. It's, you know, that's kind of probably average temperature. It might even be above average. But yeah, it did feel very cold. And now it's, you know, beautiful and cold and crisp out there. So I love those cold, crisp days. And to be honest, we've really had nothing but rain this week. So this is like a really welcome change. It's been drab, drab, drab this week. Just rain all the time. So yeah, we're in need of a bit of yeah, what do we think to the little rabbit? Let's have that on there, shall we? It's a little bit fun. Hopefully it does look like it's a toy and doesn't just look like a weird shaped rabbit, or a weird textured rabbit, you know, being a wooden one. But yeah, hopefully it's kind of apparent what it actually is. Okay, so pop that down. Whoops. Okie dokie. Oh, so sorry. Now my phone's ringing. Hang on a minute. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Right. Okay, so we have got him. So let's just glue him down now. Okie dokie. Okay, right, nearly done. Okay, pop him down. He's so cute, isn't he? Oh, I just absolutely love him. He is so sweet. Right, I'm just pulling my sentiments and see. I mean, Joy to the World sounds quite good, doesn't it? To have on there. Now, again, please excuse these. They are not obviously completed. They are obviously, you know, they're not printed out properly because I've got no black ink. And what's more, they are on, you know, just rubbishy sort of copy paper. So, yeah, I mean, they're not my finest work, it's got to be said. But, you know, they're okay. They're doing the job. They're fitting the bill that we need them to fit, so to speak. That sounds weird, but yeah, they're okay. So just thinking, Joy to the World, maybe down there. And then I do love this pom-pom trim. I think it's quite Christmassy. So I think maybe a bit of pom-pom trim over here or something. But I also do have this green lace, which I'm just thinking, could we have some of this on here as well? Just see. I mean, there's no point, obviously, if the pom-pom trim is just going to cover it up completely, but, oops, we might. No, hang on. went either the top or the bottom, and the pom-pom trim down the side. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? So let me just ink this up. Oh, have I inked around the piece itself? I don't actually think I did. So yeah, right, let me put a bit of glue down on this. Hate it when things are not stuck properly. Right, let's just put glue around the edge. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what everyone else does in the collaboration. So just a brilliantly fun collaboration. Like I say, I mean, I was, you know, I thought E was hard enough. So I dread to think, you know, what the other ladies are going to do who've come up with maybe like the Q or the X or the Z, heaven forbid. Because I can't really think of anything Christmassy that begins with any of them letters, but I might be wrong. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't have any of them letters. So, oops. Okay, let's just put that one down there. Okay. And then we'll just put this lace across there at the bottom. Like that. Okay. Like that. Just snip that out. Okie dokie. And then just put the pom-pom trim down the side. I do love the pom-pom trim. It's very, very cute, isn't it? And, you know, I do think it looks pretty Christmassy. So I think because it's white especially, it looks, to me, it just looks a bit like snowballs. I don't know, it's probably just me, but yeah, I think it kind of resembles snowballs. So it's kind of quirky and fun, I think, on there. Okay, and yep, let's snip that out here. Like that. Oh, that is such a cute little piece, isn't it? And then on the inside, I'm thinking, let's just do like a sort of pocket inside. So I've got just a little bit of the red spotty left. So I might as well, you know, I might as well use that rather than hoard it, which, you know, of course I was tempted to do. And that would just be another scrap then in my scraps bin. So yeah, let's not hoard that. Okay, so I'm just going to put a pocket in here. It's just going to cover up, obviously, where I've got that, you know, dabbed the ink as well, which, you know, looked obviously rubbish. So yeah, it's kind of just acting as a distraction from the, or a disguise from the ink that I got on there. And, you know, it does look pretty too. It's doing a double job. Okay. Just take that down. Okay. Right. So that can go on there like that. Now, is that wonky or is that my imagination? Honestly, that's the problem with spots is, you know, spots or stripes. There's no, you know, no forgiveness. No, not forgiveness, but, you know, it's not going to be forgiving if you're getting it on wonky. It's not going to not show up, I think is what I'm trying to say. It's going to show up like a sore thumb, probably. Right, let's just see if we can have a little bit of maybe the green stripy. Maybe down here. Oops. Maybe like that. Do we like it going into that pocket, or do we think that's a bit weird? Oh, let's have it going into the pocket, yeah. So, okay. Yeah, so I hope that everybody's having a good day. How are you all getting on with regards to Christmas? Are you kind of like early Christmas starters? Do you like to get ahead of the game? Or are you like me and just shockingly terrible and it's like, oh my goodness, rush on like the 23rd of December? madly dashing about thinking, oh no, I haven't bought this, I haven't done that, you know, yeah, let me know below what style of Christmas person are you. I am just, you know, not surprisingly pretty chaotic, so yeah, you know, just typical of the rest of my life really. But yeah, but I quite like the mad rush. I think it kind of makes it feel more festive-y to do that. I don't know whether I'd feel very festive if I was, you know, really organised. I think maybe I would feel not that festive. Right, now I'm just wondering whether to do like a large pocket here. So I'd have a big pocket here and a smaller pocket here. So I think that would be quite nice. Yeah, so I'm just going to ink in here. Actually, I'm not going to ink in there. I'm going to put some of this green stripy down there. Just take that and glue that down. And then I'm going to put a thumb hole, and so in the thumb hole you will see the green stripy, if that makes sense. So yeah, it will hopefully be kind of a bit of a nice contrast where the thumb hole is. So just pop that down there. Okay, just ink that a little bit. Did I ink this one? I can't remember even. So then I'm going to obviously glue this down, but before I glue that down, I'm just going to put a thumb hole in there. So let's just grab my circle punch. Yep. So it's not the biggest, so I'm just going to do a small thumb hole. So let's hope that's roughly in the middle. Doesn't that look cute with the contrasting paper? It's just kind of, you know, marrying up all the sides, isn't it, really? So, yeah, I quite like how that looks. So I'm just going to glue this down. And again, obviously could have done this on the sewing machine. But, you know, glue is fine. So just glue that down like that. So we've got a couple of pockets then. Okay. And then let's take some more gnomey pictures. Well, we're calling them elves, aren't we? We're not doing gnomes. We're doing elves. Take a couple of more elfy pictures that we can have in here. So let's just see what we've got. I mean, I love these. They are very, very cute, aren't they? Well, we've got these, which these are kind of like little elves in the workshop, aren't they? Let's just take him down. Just the one or the two? Can't quite decide, but let's take the two, and then we can, you know, always chop one out if we decide two is too much. Two is just one too many elf there. We do not need two. Let's just see. Okay. They are very, very cute, aren't they? So I'm just going to chop this down, because obviously it was making it a little bit wide for the page. So that would then fit on there. Now, obviously, just to be sort of in keeping with the front, thinking maybe a little label. Okay, I wish I could find the label that I had cut out earlier, because that was, you know, it was a better colour. Hold on. Not better colour, better size. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe the label on here. Now, do we want a label over here is the question. So let me just take down another label. Okay. Like that. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cute, isn't it? And then let me just get one of my Christmas sentiments again. So, yeah. Right, let's have a look. What did we have on the front? Did we have Joy to the World? Yeah, Joy to the World. Okay. There's no reason why we can't have that again, because we've got another one here. Or I have got here Jingle Bell Rock, which I love that song. Love that song. Yeah, I do apologise, because obviously these are not going to be in my shop, you know, to coincide with the video, because of course my ink has not arrived. And I'm not expecting it to arrive, because on my last phone call with HP, which was yesterday, they informed me it's only just been shipped and it could be 2 weeks. So, I mean, it's a crazy situation, and I can only apologise, because I really am just, yeah, not able to do so many things. You know, it's, yeah, driving me nuts, to be honest. I mean, driving me so nuts to the point I'm, you know, like, oh my goodness, shall I go and buy another printer? Because I did have 2 printers, if you recall. I know I've talked about this before, but during COVID, I ended up with 2 printers because I'd kind of bought one as a spare. Just, I can't remember now. I think I was having printer problems. I actually can't remember how I ended up with 2, but I bought a second one because I thought I wasn't going to manage to be able to get a printer during the lockdown. And of course, I didn't want to be without one. And then I did manage to fix my printer, I think. I can't really honestly remember, but yeah, something. And I ended up then with 2, but it's got to be said, I'm now kind of, you know, because when I bought my replacement printer this year, I thought, well, maybe I'm going to see how I can get on with just one. Well, this is a sort of prime example as to one is not really sufficient, because if one is out of action, you know, you're pretty much unable to work, really. Which, you know, is, yeah, pretty awful. Yeah, so, I don't know. But it does seem extravagant, and to be honest, you know, I could do without having to buy another one, but I may just be forced down that route, because at the moment, I'm obviously not able to, you know, be productive work-wise without one. So it's a bit of a rubbish situation to be in. Right, I'm thinking we can have it like this, and yeah, I mean, I love this Jingle Bell Rock down here. Let's just see if we want any other festive sentiments. Okay. I'll just take this Joy to the World. I think it's going to be too big, but we shall see. Well, it might be okay, actually. So we could have that up there, couldn't we? Just to kind of, you know, finish that off. So, you know, we've got quite a bit of journaling then in here, haven't we? So I'm just going to glue this on as a pocket on here. Like that, okay. Then we'll just ink around here. Okay. So pop that one down there. Then we've got these little fellas, these little elves. Gnomes, but you know, we call them elves, obviously. So yeah, pop them down there. Like that. Okay. Right, let's just glue that down. Okay, right. These ones here, now I'm going to just ink around them because I've obviously just fussy torn them rather than fussy cut them. They were a little bit too fiddly, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to make a rubbish job of cutting these. I'm just going to leave the white edge around. So, I mean, obviously there is quite a bit of white, but, you know, it's okay, I think. So we've just dulled that down a little bit now. Now, I quite like that label going over the top of his hat like that. So I'm just going to glue this all down. But I'm not going to press the hat down where the label is going to be over, if you see what I mean. So this hat here, I'm just going to kind of not press down until I've put the label on. So place it on the page, but not press it down. So like that. Okay, and then this, oh no, not, totally the wrong one. So yeah, keep that label, that hat up, and then this label pressed down. Okay, like that. How fun is that? Okie dokie. Right, love the thumb hole. Very, very cute. And then we're just going to have the Jingle Bell Rock over here. Okay, just down there. I quite like it off to the side. I was going to have that in the middle, but yeah, I think it looks very cute off to the side now. Okay, right. We're finally getting somewhere. Honestly, I feel like this has taken forever. I think because it just felt like it was very much outside of my comfort zone to be doing something like this. And because, like I say, I'm just not feeling Christmassy at all. So, yeah, I was like, ooh, not sure how I'm going to manage to do anything remotely Christmassy. But, I mean, actually, I think it's looking Christmassy-ish, you know. And like I say, I mean, I do realise these are gnomes and not elves, but yeah, I think they work okay, don't they? So loving that bit of lace down there. Just see if we want to have any lace anywhere else. I mean, we could just put a bit on the bottom of here as well, or we could have it running up the side. Let's just check. I think I just quite like it running along the bottom. So yeah, let's just pop a bit of glue there. Okay. Okay, right, let's snip that out. Oh, how cute does that look? It's really sweet, isn't it? And I might just put on another one of those red bows because I just really do love the red polka dots. So, and to me, again, that looks very, very Christmassy. So it's just a kind of way of finishing it off and adding another little, you know, touch of sort of Christmassy feel to it. So I'm just going to kind of rest that down there for the minute, but yeah, maybe have the bow up there. Okay, like that. Okie dokie. So yeah, unfortunately that did take me a long time, so I do apologise that it took me so long to do those two pieces. But yeah, they are my Christmas effort for the Christmas collaboration. So yeah, my letter was E. I have done elf ephemera, or elf embellishments, elf ephemera, I suppose. And yeah, thank you so much, Rachel, to you know, have put the collaboration together and invited me to join in. You know, really looking forward to watching all the other videos. So yeah, thank you so much. Hope you all enjoyed my efforts with the letter E, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.